My name is Nessa. I am a naturopathic healer that lives in the wilderness. And today I'm going to share a story with you that is so tied to my life, my reality, and my existence. It is unbelievable. And when I share this, I am very careful who I share it with because I know it sounds impossible. But I make these videos so long after I'm gone, hopefully my kids will have a record of my journey and my heart. So anyways, probably around 23, 24 years ago, I had a reoccurring dream. I was very, very young in my career, and I was having this dream like 3 or 4 times a week. And it was always the same, but the people in the dream were often different. And this is how it went, okay? I would be in the middle of this like Antarctic snow-covered mountain. I would get dropped off with another person who would be in really bad shape. And I had to get that person through the journey so that if we reached the destination, they could be healed. And the person that was with me was always the thing that changed in the dream. But the journey was just treacherous. It was like a life or death journey. And we had to go through a very snow-covered forest. Halfway through the journey, there was always this lake that was frozen with this huge crystal going straight up into the sky where we would stop and literally bow and worship God. And then the final part of the journey was a sheer climb. When we got over the ice wall, we would slide down a hill and there would be this little A-frame cabin buried in snow with a wraparound porch and smoke coming out of the chimney. And if we made it, which we didn't always, there were 3 innkeepers that were very old that lived in the cabin, and they would bring us in. And always when you came in the cabin, it was like the smell of soup and stew and homemade bread. And I would normally just be like dragging the person I was assigned to get there by this point. And these innkeepers were healers, and they would heal whoever I brought. And it wasn't until much, much later in my life that I realized those innkeepers were me and my husband and my best friend, Anne, who runs this nonprofit with us. I was seeing us as old people, which now that we're getting older, it's less ironic, but I was seeing metaphysically into the future and seeing my own destiny. This dream, I had it so many times until one day I woke up and I went, this has got to be God speaking to me and directing my path. And so I started looking for the cabin. Every real estate ad on Zillow, all over the country, I started searching for this place, and we ended up buying the place we are now sight unseen. And when we got here and we pulled up the driveway, it was the cabin that I had sketched all those years ago from that reoccurring dream. I mean, like down to the smallest detail. So I know that story sounds too magical to contain any reality, but it is the reality that I am living.